Hello everybody, I am Jmulls of Jmulls Gaming, and it's time for me to man my post, and thus my watch begins today. You provided me, like a demon in the night, with the worst, most vile theories for the future of Final Fantasy XIV, and now yes, I have to defend them, no matter how wrong, incorrect, or just wild they are. I have to defend them to the best of my ability. The funny thing will be if something from one of these videos actually turns out to be true. So let's begin. We're gonna start off with a zinger here. We have at Demio6525 who says, Asm isn't actually dead. Now, look, I understand what you may be saying, but Jmulls, the Warrior of Light, is a shattered fragment of Asm, so he must be dead. Well, let's break that down. Not like Asm himself, but let's break it down. There's a lot of different directions this story can go in the future, and I am of the opinion, and I agree with Jesse Cox on this issue, as I've talked about before, I think the next big narrative arc will be Asm focused. But I also think they're going to want a big plot twist, this singular event that will get people talking to really drive up the hype for this new narrative arc. I don't think we've had that plot twist yet with Dawntrail, and I don't know if it'll be in the patches, but something like, hey, the Warrior of Light that you always thought was Asm, well, you're not actually Asm. Asm's out there somewhere, but he made us believe that we were a fragment of him. Like, maybe we're a clone or something like that, which would explain why we have his magic, or that he gave us a boon, if you will, and we're actually a friend of Asm who got shattered, but we were given part of his, like, ether or something. There's a lot of different ways that they can go about doing this, because, again, at the end of the day, no matter how outlandish it is, they write the story, they can make it so if they really want to. There's still a lot of elements, especially about Asm as a character, that we just fundamentally don't know about. It was a giant part of the story in the Heidelin Zodiac arc that I think was deliberately left up to obscurity, so that they can fill in the blanks later down the line for this new narrative arc. And if this whole new narrative arc, at least in the near future, is about us following in the footsteps, possibly the footfalls, hey-ho, of Asm, then you can have a big culminating event to where, hey, everything we thought we knew about Asm was wrong. And maybe at the end of it all, we are still a fragment of Asm that has been mostly rejoined, but there could be a clone of Asm still out there, or like his consciousness somehow managed to live on through AI or something, like he's now Cortana from Halo. Which, I mean, I feel like I wouldn't be opposed to that personally. Like, we took on the role of, say, like a Master Chief, and Asm becomes our new Cortana. Maybe that's just the Halo fan in me talking. I'm just saying I wouldn't be opposed to that. I feel like the Warrior of Light needs a companion that's a more throughput character throughout the entire storyline that's not just, hey, I'm Wu Kalamad, I'll be in Dawntrail, you probably won't see me after this point, though. Or like Granatia's like, hey, can I have my adventure yet? No? Okay, cool, I'll go back to researching in the library or something. If they want to bring Asm back, or if that was their plan all along, there's a lot of different ways they can go about doing this instead of just bringing back, say, the body of Asm with the mind in it. There's ways you can go about doing this, like maybe we pull a Nia and like the body's still around but without a soul, and it's the soul that got fragmented and sundered. Or it could be like the opposite, where it's like, hey, the body got sundered, we're part of that. Like it's Nia replicant, but the gestalt is still out there somewhere, like the mind. There's many different ways they can go about doing this. I am expecting a big plot twist, like this big singular event that will get a lot of people talking. I just don't know when they're going to do it. It might be the next expansion, it could be the one after that. I just feel as if they're building up to one big moment. Oh, but Jmulls, that sounds really convenient for you to be able to defend this theory and shut up. Okay, moving on. We're gonna go to at Raiden Kaiser, who says, my theory is Hilderbrand. This whole time was Crystal Mommy in disguise just messing with us. Look, at this point it's becoming customary that I include one Hilderbrand theory in all of these. Look, I need a cutscene where it's Hilderbrand going, here, think, investigate. I need something along that line. It'd be comical, it'd be hilarious. I need the Hydaelyn boss fight from Endwalker. That one. I need that to be Hilderbrand. Same outfit, same mechanics, but it's Hilderbrand. And our party can consist of Nashu, Brandyhild, Godbutt, the 3 old people from Heavensward, Julia, me. Yeah, we already have most of a party composed right there. Bring along, like, Y'shtola and Urianger, because I really need to see their reaction to Hilderbrand, because that'd be hilarious to me. Or Thancred, that'd be great as well. Or, you know what, just bring the Sans along. Make it a trust raid, and we're good. But look, if you have played the Hilderbrand quest because you either really like Hilderbrand like myself, or you were forced to because you wanted your Endwalker relic, you will be keenly aware of the resistance of the Hilderbrand body, the Mandible body, if you will, with Godbutt. Godbutt already has God in his name, but since we beat Zodiac, I imagine he's on a higher level of existence. But Hilderbrand, all along, you would imagine Hydaelyn would have wanted some part of her essence to be able to linger around in order to guide the Warrior of Light, in order to safeguard him, to make sure, just to check in on him from time to time, and possibly have some fun that she wasn't able to have for untold millennia. So having her form in the overworld be Hilderbrand, I'm just saying, some pieces of the puzzle begin to fit together. Now granted, those pieces are 4 separate corner pieces, but they're fitting together somehow, with a buzzsaw and superglue, but they fit, damn it. This is how you know God himself doesn't even believe in this next theory, because it was the only theory in this entire video where the audio turned out to be completely muted and I have to re-record it. Like, divine intervention cannot even save this one. We have at WTF Did I Just Watch 1017 who says Dark Knight gets good. Some people hope to find happiness that can take the form of base hope, the belief that tomorrow we can strive to be better than the way we were today, and that the actions that we choose to undertake today, we can be proud of when we rest our head on the pillow at night, and we keep going forward because we believe that we can be a better version of ourselves from yesterday. Some people find happiness in love and companionship, some in accomplishing the unaccomplished, striving for ever greater heights. My version of happiness would be for Dark Knight to be good again. After playing the other tanks, going back to press the Blackest Night, I think I may be liable. Dark Knight broke my brain so bad I forgot even what the word was. I might be eligible for financial compensation to address the pain and misery that Dark Knight inflicts upon me whenever I have the misfortune of pressing that button. Now don't worry, in this section of the video I'll be showing you Gunbreaker gameplay to not sully your eyes. Don't worry, together we are stronger, we can get through this. Maybe one day, tomorrow, maybe the day after, or at some point down the line, we can choose to believe that Dark Knight will get the tender, the love, and the care that it needs. I choose to believe in tomorrow. Do you? Now we have at Charles Richards 1561 who says, Pashtarat collects Warrior of Light from the remaining shards and leads them against the biggest threat in existence. You. It's a reverse raid, where you are the boss and 8 of them are trying to dodge your mechanics. This is such a cool idea in my opinion that at some point we become the boss fight and we have to fight an entire raid. I just don't know if 14's gameplay loop would work with that. And I think it could if they do one of those battles where you take the form of another character, like in Dawntrail we fought as Wuklamot a couple of times. If you do a scene like that where you have the Warrior of Light maybe transform into something and we get pre-select like AoE abilities like that and we have to fight an entire raid group as the raid boss, I think that could work. Like, that would be really badass. And the thing with Pashtarat is, I don't believe that the Ascian story is completely done. I think we will see them again at some point. Pashtarat is just like one of those Ascians that we just haven't seen in a while, that they could easily make important down the line. We've seen them time and time and time again, taking Ascians that we thought we knew, or that we thought we understood, and turn it entirely on its head, and just completely recontextualize that character and their entire story. They've done this before with Elidibus. They've done it with La Habrea. We know that the storyline of each individual Ascian can be far more than we may think initially. They can easily do that with characters that have only been in the story for brief glimmers and run with it and do something cool and creative with it. And I'm just thinking, how can you one-up yourself over, or at least after the Hydaelyn and Zodiac arc, and having a moment like this? That would be memorable, that would be recognizable, that would draw hype. I can easily see them doing this, especially if the storyline in the future is focused around the character of Zem. Have it be a more personal journey for the Warrior of Light, and you can have a moment like this, and have it be this big emotional climax. Like the vibe that Shadowbringers was going for, where we were the villain, but it never really felt like that to me. You could lean into that vibe again in the future and do something with this, in my opinion. And finally, we have at Skyler2000, who says, the remaining fragments of Zodiac are still alive. The one in the void was a red herring, since that one died before the one from the source did. This is going to be a very similar line of thinking to when I was talking about the shards of Azem, or that Azem could still be out there. There's many different ways they can tackle Zodiac and its fragments, because you don't want to just do, oh yeah, the great big evil is Zodiac yet again, but like a weaker version than the one you already fought, haha. It could easily be handled like the eyes of Nidhogg were, where they aren't the focal point after their main time in the sun with Heaven's Sword, but they lead to the events of Stormblood and allow other characters and other entities to really take center stage and allow for cool moments that way. They could go about with a similar line of thinking when it comes to the remaining fragments of Zodiac, where you don't really utilize them as like the Dragon Balls in Dragon Ball Z or something like that. Just they're entities that can give power-ups or be focal points of a storyline that lead to their own unique storylines and character developments and character moments and their own aesthetics. It could be tropey depending upon how they go about handling it, but you could use them as, say, Zodiac bombs and you just detonate the ether. You could have it be, oh, this character absorbed a fragment of Zodiac, so now they're really powerful. You can go about any combination of these things. Maybe it's one and done, maybe they become focal points of an expansion where we're shard hopping. We know pretty much next to nothing about the state of the other shards, so if they want to have a massive plot twist in regard to the fragments of Zodiac, like maybe one of them woke up and is alive in a shard and is doing its own thing, they have the creative liberty at this point to do something along those lines. And it's tricky because it can easily go the route of, say, the Dragon Balls in Dragon Ball, where they're like a get out of jail free card, or they're just, hey, we need this big moment to happen, have the Dragon Balls do it for us. You can easily go and be tropey like that, or you can take it in creative and new and interesting directions. But with that, I think I'll call the video there for the day. Thank you all for tuning in. That was 5 theories that I had to defend. But I think I did a valiant job of it, if I do say so myself. But I will bid you all an adieu. Thank you all for tuning in. Leave a comment down below with your theory that you want me to defend in an upcoming video. Let me know. Bring me your heat. Bring me your worst. Challenge me. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you liked the video and you want to see more content. I stream on this YouTube channel. You know I'll be covering 7.1 and all the news goodness when it comes. Bye bye everybody. Until we meet again.